Hi LS6 students, it's Mrs. Shomura-Takata, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a hook and a lead, or what we also know in Step Up to Writing as the blues. And so for today you will need your composition book, and you will need to turn to this page here. Okay. And you will want to also pull up your slide, Step Up to Writing digital resource. So I'm going to be going over this, and then I will tell you what you are going to do for homework tonight. All right. So we're at the end of this slideshows now for Step Up to Writing, and we're ending with the hook / lead, and it is color-coded blue, but you will find the hook or the lead a lot of times in the beginning. So now you've gone through all the Step Up to Writings. We've gone over the topic sentence, thesis statement. We've gone over the star ideas, yellows. We've gone over the E's. We've gone over conclusions. And so now we're going to kind of take it back, and we're going to be talking about the hook and the lead. So follow along on your slideshow and in your composition book as well. The hook / lead: description, dialogue, thought, tension. So if you have a blue highlighter, please highlight that in the composition book. Okay. So we call this the blues. And the blues are found in the introduction and after the conclusion. So you want to highlight in the introduction green and after the conclusion green. So you will find a hook or the blues, well, maybe it's easier to call it the blues in the beginning, in your first, in the introduction, and you will also find it at the conclusion. Okay. In the introduction, the blues grab the reader's attention or hooks them. The blues should be at least 2 sentences before the topic sentence or thesis statement. And you'll see some examples. Okay. In the conclusion, the blues should be at least 2 sentences after the conclusion. The concluding blues should tie back to the introduction. Okay. So these are some ideas that you can use when you're trying to come up with your blues. So a description. The writer begins by establishing the setting of the writing and creating a picture in the mind of the reader. This includes sensory details describing a scene or situation. So your hook could be this setting, writing about the setting and setting up a scene or a situation in the reader's mind. The blue could also be dialogue. So the writer could begin with a few lines of dialogue. You could begin with a question, or you could begin with a quote. A thought. The writer begins with a thought inside a character's head, or introduces a dilemma in the writer's thinking process. Okay. It could also be a tension or powerful statement. So the writer begins with a forceful statement or words that leave the reader wanting more. Like, what do they mean? What are they talking about? It could also be a surprising fact or statistic. Okay, so in an argument essay, introduction paragraph, you will introduce the issue after the hook or lead, the blues, but you will write it before the thesis statement. So you'll have your hook, your blues, and then your thesis statement. But in the concluding paragraph, you will have a summary of the star ideas, and then you will have your blues after that. And we'll talk more about that in quarter 3, but I just wanted to kind of touch base on that. Okay, so now I'm going to go to your assignment. Oh, so actually, if you get a chance, follow the correct color. You're going to highlight in blue the things that are highlighted in blue in your composition book. So today for your assignment, you are going to do slide 18, slide 19, and slide 20. So we're going to start off with slide 18. So slide 18, This is the example we've been writing about all this time, the what is your favorite school lunch and explain why, that answer to that writing prompt. And so on this chart, you'll see the 4 things that were in here, but now there'll be examples for the baked chicken one, okay? So, description, I'm in 100 already. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at this. So, the writer begins by establishing the setting of the writing and creating a picture in the mind of the reader. This includes sensory details describing a scene or situation. For example, this first sentence is a way to write your blues in the introduction. Okay? It is the period right before lunch and my stomach is rumbling. After my teacher dismisses us, I cannot wait to see what the cafeteria has prepared for lunch. You would use that as a hook in your introduction. Now you will need a blue at the end as well in the conclusion. And so this is an example of a description of a hook in a conclusion. After my tummy is well fed and satisfied, I am ready to hit the books and dream of what I'll be doing after school. Okay? So that's the description one. The second one is a dialogue. So again, the writer begins with a few lines of dialogue or with a question or with a quote. So an example of this for the baked chicken topic, in the introduction, an example of the blue would be, what is your favorite school lunch? There's that question. Is it beef stew, pizza, or tacos? Another question. Or is home lunch more your style? Third question. Okay, so that's the hook. That's the blue, trying to get the reader's attention. So you would include this in your introduction before your topic sentence. As a conclusion, this blue, you would say, an example of a dialogue would be, did I convince you to look forward to baked chicken? If not, maybe you'll at least enjoy the warm roll. Okay? So it's just like the writer talking to you. Okay. The third is the thought. The writer begins with a thought inside a character's head or introduces a dilemma in the writer's thought process. So this is an example of a blue in the introduction. Okay. Your teacher asks you to finish an incomplete assignment during lunch. You know you should do it since it will make or break your grade. But your most favorite lunch is being served. What do you do? There's that thought. That's the blue, the hook. Here's an example of a blue you could use in your conclusion. After missing an outstanding lunch due to a missed assignment, a very important lesson was learned. Never forget to do your homework. Okay? And the fourth is the tension or powerful statement. The writer begins with a forceful statement or words that leave the reader wanting more. It could also be a surprising fact or statistic. So an example of a blue in the introduction would be, skipping lunch can be bad for your health. Lunch provides energy and nutrients that young minds and bodies need to continue learning at school. Okay? So that would be a surprising fact maybe for some of you. As a conclusion, blue in the conclusion, for tension or powerful statement, you could say, no one should be missing lunch, especially a well-balanced meal at school. Remember that your growing body needs to be refueled all throughout the day. All right, so here are some examples. And then you're going to go to slide 19. And slide 19, we're back to the T-chart about baked chicken. And all of this should look familiar. Same topic, baked chicken, same 3-star ideas, same E's that support those star ideas. So now, though, here is a hook. It is the period right before lunch and my stomach is rumbling. After my teacher dismisses us, I cannot wait to see what the cafeteria has prepared for lunch. That is the hook. Here is the topic sentence. I enjoy a lot of school lunches. Still, baked chicken has to be my all-time favorite. Okay, that's a however one. To begin with, I love baked chicken for its crispy skin. Star idea 1. Although I know that the chicken skin is not good for my health, I can't help myself. The skin is perfectly crispy with just the right amount of salt. I usually save the skin and eat it last. Next, baked chicken is my favorite because of the juiciness of the meat. Star idea number 2, the transition word next. When I pierce my fork into the chicken, I see all the yummy juices ooze out. The meat falls off the bone and is very soft. Together with the rice, this school lunch always satisfies my hunger. Finally, baked chicken is the best lunch ever since it is always served with a warm roll. That is star idea number 3, and the transition word is finally. The roll is always soft, and I get to lunch early. And if I get to lunch early enough, it is also warm. It fills me up quickly, so I make sure I eat my baked chicken first. I wish these rolls were served with every school lunch. Conclusion. Although there are many school lunches I am fond of, baked chicken outshines them all. And here is the blue ending hook. After my tummy is well fed and satisfied, I'm ready to hit the books again and dream of what I'll be doing after school. So this then completes the whole T-chart and the whole paragraph. Okay, so 19, all you have to do is read it. Reread it, look at it. And now slide 20. Slide 20 is your writing practice, the 10-year bucket list. You should have in these 3 star ideas the same star ideas you had in previous slides. You will use the same ease for your star ideas. It's all the same, okay? And the reason it's empty is because you are creating it, okay? And you've created it in the other previous slides. Today you're going to come up with your own blue, the hook for the introduction, and it needs to be 2 sentences. So what you can do is you can look at the examples on slide 18 to help you and just make sure it fits the topic that you're talking about, your 10-year bucket list. And all of the rest of this, all you have to do is copy it from your previous slides. You don't have to change anything. I mean, unless you want to revise it or edit it, you can. But all the rest of this, if you've done it already, if you've been keeping up, it should just be easy. You just type in the same stuff. You can even cut and paste it. So the E's and the star ideas, and then you did the conclusion yesterday, and then today you have to add this blue ending hook. So basically, all the middle part is all done. Today, all you have to do is the blue ending hook and the blue beginning hook. Okay, so if you have questions, you know you can contact your teacher and they can help you. You can also ask them questions in your document and like post it as a comment. Okay, so make sure you are doing this. I do want to remind you that Step Up to Writing again is not going anywhere. You're going to have to know this because you are going to be writing in this format for pretty much the rest of 6th grade. So it's really important that you try to learn how to do it correctly. It will make your life so much easier. Okay? Alrighty. So get to work and try your best and see your teacher if you have any questions. Have a good day. Bye.